welcome back to the lab and to the adventures of Rafi V Great. And we are here once again. And what we're doing, we got a bit of biscuits here that we've kind of just blitzed. These particular biscuits are very healthy and good for the gut. They are called McVitie's digestive biscuits, guys. I highly recommend these biscuits. Very light, and they don't actually feel like your very sugary normal biscuits. Anyway, so we put about 400 grams in here. We've just blitzed it like so. And what we've done now is we've pretty much just come here and we're melting about 160 grams of butter, which we have measured with our trusty scale. And then in the meantime, guys, what we're doing is we're letting that heat up. We got the tray here. We put a bit of baking paper in there so we can mix everything together. We don't want to get that too hot, so bring that to the heat before it starts to bubble. We'll take this off here very quickly, guys. Okay, just like so. Watch out for that. We're going to add it all into this mixture. Take a glass. That glass will come in handy very, very soon. So we just add it all into here like so. Make sure we get as much as we can in there without dropping it all out. This we will need for later on for the actual liquid. That's starting to get very hot, so take it off the heat here and very carefully add it into the mixture and stir very thoroughly, guys. This is the trick. Okay, you can add the butter in slowly or you can add it all in once. It doesn't really matter. I don't really care. Main thing is you still get the same desired effect, guys. So get the corners, well not the corners, get the edges, circles, whatever you want to call it. Give it a very good mix, and this will become our base for our very beautiful mango cheesecake that we're making. And in the meantime, we got the oven on, guys. We've gone down to the butcher and we've gotten some deer bones chopped in half. So what we're going to do, instead of making our usual deer pulled deer meat, we're going to take these bones here, which they've been defrosted now for about an hour, I would say. They've been cut into chunks. We're going to weigh it again as we do on the scale. Then we're going to come here and put a bit of butter, salt, and once again our usual chili black garlic seasoning, our famous one that we like doing. So that's just got everything in there all at once. No need to add several different seasonings and different packets and yada yada. So we add the butter, the seasoning, the meat in here, cook it in the oven for about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, take it out of the oven, and then we're going to get our cast iron pot, which is in here somewhere, and hopefully everything fits in the pot, and then we'll put it on the barbecue, add some 3-4 cups of water, cook it for another hour or so, let the juices that have come out of the bone inside cook and brew and yada yada, and then we pretty much have a beautiful deer broth and whatever meat's on it we can eat. But then the aim of this is to seal it into containers, into, what do you call them, like the ones we've done here, guys, with the sourdough. Yeah, pretty much just plastic containers, really. I guess that's what they're called. Anyway, and then that's that done for that. So we're doing a bit of a dessert at the same time. And we've got that going, that can disappear, we don't need that, so that just goes there. And we've got a bit of pork that we're going to cook up maybe for dinner, I'm not sure what we're going to do. Oh yeah, and we've got onions that we need to chop up, the onions are going here as well maybe. That way they get a bit of a roasted flavour at the same time. And then everything goes into the barbecue and gets cooked together very slowly. So that's pretty much what we're doing. So back to this now. And then in the meantime, this kind of gets mixed. This gets set in the freezer until we have a bit of time to actually work on the base, and then come and make the actual filling required for this particular dessert, guys. So you're going to grab a cup and very carefully, hopefully we have enough to actually go and do a bit of a nice little crust on the outside. Very gently, you don't want to press too hard. There's a lot of batter here to work through. So as high as we can make it is ideal, guys. Not too thin, not too thick. There is a certain technique for this particular dessert here. So you don't want it too thin at the base, so which is what we're trying to do now. Once you kind of get a rough gauge, then you can kind of just, give it a bit more in spots or a bit less. Now, judging... Alright, so now we don't need that. That can disappear. Okay, wash our hands. That goes into the freezer. Have a bit of a drink of our kombucha. Very important to stay hydrated. How hydrated when cooking, guys. Let's see. Hopefully we've got space. You know, it doesn't really necessarily need to be in a freezer because we are running short on space, guys. So what you can do, you can always add it in the fridge as long as it stays cool for the required amount of time that we need it. That's the most important thing here. So, you know, the issue with only having one fridge is you tend to do a lot of shuffling and jigsaw puzzles in here. Actually, garlic might be nice in that. Yeah. So, nonetheless, leave it in here and we'll come back in about 2 hours to do that once everything has been cooked. We'll take a bit of a sparkling water here. Add that into there. And now onto the main meal, guys. That can disappear. Probably important to actually rinse our meat before we do anything. So just give this a bit of a wash, like so. Okay. Come here with our cup. Get rid of that. Like so. Figure out maybe a bit of spices, seasoning. We turn the barbecue on now. Not really. So we'll take that. We need to measure it, eh? We need to measure it, guys. All right. And that's fine to stay. Grab a book with all our recipes that we have here. Oh, it's sticky there. Great. Leave it there. Get rid of that. And then we can come here and write down what exactly we are doing. And now we got our bowl onto our scale. And once again, the famous tar. Get rid of that. That's annoying. And bit by bit, we got our, look at that, beautiful bones here, guys. Alright, and we got 1.27. 1.27. Get rid of that. That goes there. That might be big, man. 1.27 kilos. I don't know if that's going to fit inside the bone broth. I have to cut them in half again. Yeah. Yeah, right. Okay. Might have to be a reduced recipe, guys. This is, yeah. She could have cut them in half again. Well, looks like we're only doing that for today, eh? Well, while we're here, I might actually measure this up. These are quite fairly chunky. It's 1.086 there. Might have to be done in 3 different sets. Maybe chuck these in at the same time. That's a fair meal there as well. 1.086 on that one. 1.086. And that's about 580 grams. So considering with the liquid, I might have to do this in stages, man. But hold on. Hold on. 580 grams. Then on to 7. Oh, no, this is good. This is good. So what we can do, we can cook maybe that first. Everything needs to go on the oven and get seasoned first before we do anything. And that's all our bone marrow there. Yeah, so... And then we can do Broth batches if we need to, which is fine. And that can be for tomorrow. So... very important to season it. We'll add our salts in here, like so. Okay. And we want it as natural as possible. A bit of seasoning, like so. And like I said, in the oven for about half an hour to 45 minutes, like so. Alright guys, so what we got here now, we got the pot on the stove, we got some filtered water. We're going to be adding filtered water into this bone broth so the water is nice and fresh. It's got a nice negative charge. The water that comes out of the tap these days, guys, actually has a positive charge. So there's alkalinity and the chloride and all that kind of stuff. There's a science behind it. But basically, when you purify water, you want a negative charge of the equal value of what the actual positive charge is. So, for example, you got a positive 300 charge. By filtering out the water, you get all the rubbish particles, all the calcium and anything that's harmful to the body out of it. Plus, you get a negative charge, which is actually what you want. So using filtered water is very important. Everything's off here. So we're going to fill that up to maybe halfway, because once we add the actual bone contents in there, the volume of the bone will increase the water. Then we can figure out how much water to add. How much additional water to add into this pot, and we're going to cut up the onions and then add everything in there and let that cook maybe for several hours in this particular pot, guys. So there you go. Alright guys, welcome back. We are back in the lab and we've had this D-bones cooking. We've had the D-bones, guys, cooking for about 50 minutes in the oven, and we're going to take it out now. So yeah, we'll take this out. We're going to add this into here, guys, just like so. Alright, take a very nice tongs here, because this is very, very hot. Oh, smell that. That smells amazing, guys. Look at that. Check out the meat, the texture, the flavour on that bone. Oh, yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. You know what, and I think we might fit all 1.8 kilos of meat and bone in here. Look at that, juicy stuff. Alright, now we can add these onions into here, like so. Now you want to be careful, guys. This little brown stuff, that's like the leftover froth, the juice from the deer. You don't really want to get that in there. If you can, if you can try your best not to, but if you do, it's okay. We can work with that. It will come out once you start to boil it. Very carefully, like so. Now, we're not adding any butter and no oil this time. Just straight cook. All this water, guys, that you see is actually from the actual bone and the meat itself. So that's good enough there. Now we can very carefully get rid of that, like so. That can just go there, and that can disappear. Now with our filtered water that we've kind of added in, we can top it up like so. Fair amount. Pretty much you just want it covering like so, as much as we can. Okay, that's a good amount there. And now we come with our lid. Actually, put a bit more salt and seasoning in here, guys. A bit more salt like so. It's okay if it's salty. Here's a bone broth at the end of the day. And then we'll take that like that. And we take this outside onto the barbecue, guys. Very carefully. All right, Dan. Can you get the barbecue lid for me, please?
I'm a bit busy, eh?
Oh, all good, all good. And now, leave that there, come outside, turn the barbecue on, turn that on, turn that onto medium heat. This time, guys, even a low heat is fine. And then we come here and we let that sit now for 3 hours at least. So then we come back and we top up the liquid if we need to, and we'll watch it cook and start to boil. But we want to maintain that liquid at that height. This is a 5 litre cast iron cooking pot, guys. So important to keep that liquid and the fluid topped up on a regular. Maybe check it every half an hour or an hour and come back and see how it's looking every hour. And there you have it. The bone broth. Alright, ladies and gents, welcome back. We have let Alright. Welcome back, guys, and now we've let this batter sit for about 2 hours. It's very firm, just in the fridge. It's been sitting in because that's all we had space for. And we've added 1/3 of a white sugar in here, one whole 400 mils, 1 tin basically of condensed milk. We'll be adding and 4 whole mangoes that we've chopped up, and 1 big pack of 250 grams of cream cheese has been added into here. And we're going to mix everything together, then we'll pour it into here and let it sit for a couple hours, and then it is ready to cut, serve and eat, guys. So there you have it. If you have any leftover batter, which more than likely you will, if you have any ice cream, little paddle pop sticks, you can make little mango cream cheese ice creams. Or you can put them in little cups like this, and then you can decorate with mangoes and strawberries on top, and you can eat it as a very refreshing dessert for summer. So there you have it. Okay, we are back, guys. So now we're just doing the final touches, adding in 1 leftover mango and the rest of the cream inside here. So we're just consolidating our recipe that we have here, just to make sure. 300 mils of thick cream, which is half of this. So into here, cast the sugar, cream cheese, thick cream, and 4 large ripe mangoes. Perfect. So now we can come here and add half 300 mils of thick cream like so, guys. That's about 300. We just iron this out actually. No need to be too accurate, I would say. And then we can come here, close this up. Make sure everything has been thoroughly mixed in, guys. It is very, very important. Everything is thoroughly mixed in. Now, this is probably overkill. You probably do need a bigger blender, but you know what? For what it is, it's doing the job. Yeah. And then that can come in, that can get rinsed out once again. And there you have it, guys. And now for the fun part, to add it into our mixture. Very, very carefully. I don't know why that comes out, but anyway. And then now we have our cake batter, and just like so. Look at that, guys. I think that's pretty much bang on the money there. Lovely. Look at that. Ta-da! And we are done. Alright guys, welcome back. We are in the lab. We have a timer here. The deboned broth has been going, guys, for nearly 9 hours exactly. Okay, check that out. We are about to bring it in. So I'm going to go inside and check it on the barbecue. Get some nice towels here so we can lift it in. And yeah. Close the lid. 3, 2, 1. 9 hours exactly, guys. Alright guys, welcome back. It's been 9 hours. We're here. We've just finished. We turned off the heat off the barbecue. And check this out. Look what we have. After 9 hours, guys, we got beautiful deboned broth simmering away. How good does that look? Deboned broth, guys, check that out. Slow cooked on the barbecue for 9 hours, guys. 9 hours. For 9 hours, and this is what you end up with, guys. How good does that look? So now this is it, guys. So alright guys, so we are going to have some of this beautiful deboned broth. So there's a bit of meat on it, so we're just going to very carefully take out a couple bones for us to pretty much eat, guys, with a bit of liquid here. Oh, check that out. This is so good for you guys, you don't understand. It just looks so good. Amazing, amazing stuff, guys. Look at all the meat that's coming off that. And it's just broken apart, the ball and socket joints. Amazing. This is a meal in itself, guys. So now the trick is, there is a trick to this. So that's not as hot as I thought it would be. To get this to cool down as quick as you can add it in a bowl with cold water before you add it into here hot. There is a potential you might actually not so much melt the plastic if you had the hot liquid in there, but you know, it still is pretty warm. You could leave the lid open and then add them in there, but yeah, so you probably don't want to be doing that. Yeah. Well, we might take another bowl out to put the remainder of the bones in there. Might be a good idea to put this in a bowl of water if we can, but I don't think we can. So nonetheless, we might leave that open and see how we go. Maybe we just add it in like that. I think it should be okay. And there you have it, guys. We might go halfway, maybe a little bit more. See, there's not much liquid, eh? If you get 3, like, and it's only 5 litre. Like, you could do so much more if you had a 10 litre. 3/4 is good enough for me, guys. Take a lid here, maybe let that cool down actually before we go adding in a lid. Oh, that plastic's very warm. Maybe better idea to leave it to cool down before we do anything. But there you have it, guys. The bone broth soup on the barbecue for 9 hours, guys. After that, you take it off the heat. You can eat the bones, eat the meat off the bones and yada yada. And then you can keep the juice put in containers like we are now. Save it for a later date and pretty much eat it like bone jelly, guys. This is the jelly. This is as fresh as gelatin comes, guys. Very, very healthy for the bones, the skin, for the hair, nails, feet, everything. So like, subscribe, keep following our channel, guys, for more crazy videos, fun videos, cooking, adventures, and all the rest. Stay tuned.